Please read us a story, old bear. We'll all gather round. Dear old bear, sit in your favourite chair. We'll sit all around, dear old bear.
It was a very cold day, and all the toys were sitting round the room dressed in their warmest clothes, huddled together under blankets or wrapped in anything warm they could find. Cat had found the cosiest place. She was lying on top of a hot water bottle with cushions piled up all around her. "Can I come on there with you?" asked Little Bear. "My paws are really cold." "Sorry," said Cat. "I'm afraid there isn't room. You could have one of my cushions if you like." "Well, that wouldn't keep me warm," said Little Bear, "unless I got underneath it. Why is it so cold today?" "I'm not cold," said Ruff, who hadn't stopped bouncing all afternoon. "That's because you keep moving," said Bramble. "Exercise is the best way to keep warm." "Perhaps we all ought to try bouncing," said Little Bear. "I'd rather not," muttered Duck. "I'm staying under my blanket." "Well, I think bouncing about is a good idea," said Rabbit. "We can't stay wrapped up all day. Let's do some skipping." Rabbit picked up a skipping rope and gave one end to Camel and the other to Jolly. They moved a little way apart and started to swing the rope round and round. Rabbit began to jump. "Try singing a skipping song," called Little Bear. "Something like breakfast, lunch, tea and supper." Rabbit tried a different one. "Cakes, buns, biscuits, jellies." "I'm warming up," he called. "You could jump in on jellies, Little Bear." Little Bear got ready to jump. "Cakes, buns, biscuits, jellies." Oh! He landed flat on the floor. "Up you get," said Rabbit, helping Little Bear to his feet. "We'll do it together this time." Little Bear stood in front of Rabbit, and they started again. "Cakes, buns, biscuits, jellies, cakes, buns, biscuits." "I got further that time," cried Little Bear, "but my trousers fell down." "Would you like to try rowing instead?" called Sailor. "It really warms you up, and your trousers can't fall down if you're sitting." Sailor had pulled one of his boats up onto some building blocks and was sitting in it, rowing as hard as he could. "But you're not in the water," said Little Bear, staring at the boat. Sailor laughed. "This boat is now a rowing machine," he explained. "It means you can exercise without water." "But the boat can't go anywhere," cried Little Bear. "It doesn't need to," said Sailor. "Climb up and have a go." Little Bear scrambled up the bricks and carefully stepped into the boat. Sailor passed him the oars, and he began to row forward and back, forward and back. "I'm good at this," he called. "It's easier without water." "You can pretend you're in the sea," called Sailor. "Look out for sharks." Little Bear leaned over the side of the boat to look. The boat wobbled. "Oh! Oh!" And out he tumbled, straight onto the carpet. Bump. "Well," laughed Old Bear as he helped Little Bear to his feet, "swimming is supposed to be the best exercise of all, but try it in real water next time." "There won't be a next time," said Little Bear. "Boats are more dangerous than I thought." "Well, I've found something that's quite safe," said Old Bear. "Come with me and I'll show you." Little Bear and Sailor followed Old Bear to where he'd left a strange object on the floor. "Now this," said Old Bear, "is a really good way to warm up." "Is it a sort of heater?" asked Little Bear. "Well, this bit moves in and out," said Sailor. "Perhaps it blows out hot air," cried Little Bear. "No, it isn't a heater," said Old Bear, as he picked the thing up. "It's an accordion. It plays music." "How will that warm us up?" asked Little Bear. "You dance to it," said Old Bear. "Listen." He pushed and pulled the accordion in and out and began to play. "Come on, Little Bear," cried Sailor. "I know this tune. It's very easy. You just follow me." They both began to dance to Old Bear's music, round and round one way, then round and round the other way. And soon they were very warm indeed. At last Old Bear stopped playing the accordion. "Keep going," cried Little Bear breathlessly. "That was fun." "I'm afraid my paws are too cold to play any more," said Old Bear. "I'll try later. Right now it looks as though Duck could do with your help." Duck had borrowed Zebra's cart and piled it high with building blocks. "I seem to be stuck," he grumbled, as Little Bear and Sailor arrived. "Could you give me a push?" "What are you doing with all the bricks?" asked Sailor. "I'm building myself a shelter," explained Duck, "to get out of this cold wind." "It isn't usually this windy indoors, is it?" said Sailor. "Can we come in your shelter when it's finished?" "If there's room," said Duck. With Sailor and Little Bear's help, Duck pulled the cartload of bricks over to the half-built shelter. In no time at all, they'd unloaded the bricks and were piling them on top of the walls. When the shelter was finished, Duck squeezed in. "That's better," he said. "It's not windy in here, but I'm afraid there isn't room for you." "Never mind," said Little Bear. "We'll take the cart back to Zebra for you." "Thank you," said Duck. "That's very kind of you." Little Bear and Sailor were just pulling the cart across the room when they met Zebra coming the other way. She seemed very excited. "You know, some animals sleep through the winter," she said, "to miss the cold weather." "Yes," said Little Bear. "Why?" "Well, do they sleep under leaves?" "I think so," said Sailor, "sometimes." "That's good," said Zebra, "because I found a big heap of leaves." "Where?" asked Little Bear. Zebra led them across the room to where there was a large pile of leaves. "They were all over the floor," said Zebra, "so I swept these up. I can't think where they came from." "Neither can I," said Little Bear. "What are you going to do with them?" "I'm going to hibernate under them," said Zebra. "But zebras don't sleep all winter," said Sailor. "They might do," said Zebra, pushing her way into the leaves. "Perhaps nobody sees them doing it." "Well, they wouldn't, if all the zebras were hidden under leaves, would they?" said Little Bear. "Can I come in, Zebra?" "You could sweep up your own heap, if you like," said Zebra. Little Bear thought this was a good idea, and he began to sweep the remaining leaves into a neat pile. Sailor helped him. At last the heap looked big enough to get inside. Little Bear was just about to crawl into it when Ruff rushed over with his biggest red ball. "Catch this, Little Bear," he called. But when he bounced the ball into the air, it landed right in the middle of the pile of leaves. "Oh, Ruff!" cried Little Bear. "I was going under those leaves to get warm, and now they're all squashed." "Don't worry," said Ruff, retrieving his ball from the heap. "Come and play catch. It's a much better way to warm up." Very soon, the ball was bouncing backwards and forwards between Sailor, Little Bear, and Ruff. "I like this," cried Little Bear. "It really keeps you moving." "Ruff! Ruff! Throw the ball to me," barked Ruff, "and I'll make it go really high this time." Sailor threw the ball, and Ruff leapt into the air and hit it with his nose. "Look out!" cried Old Bear as it headed for the window. He put his paws over his eyes and waited for the crash, but it didn't happen. The ball just disappeared. "How did it do that?" asked Little Bear. "Magic," said Ruff. "I think the real reason is that the window is open," said Old Bear, "and we never noticed." "No wonder we've been so cold," said Little Bear. "Ah, and that must be how the leaves got in," said Sailor. Old Bear hurried over to the open window and pushed it shut. "There," he called. "That should be better." "But I'm still cold," moaned Little Bear. "Well, it'll take a little while for the room to warm up," said Old Bear. "Then I know what to do," said Little Bear. He hurried over to his pile of leaves, fluffed up the flattened ones, and snuggled down inside. "I think I'll hibernate after all," he said, "just until tea time. The room should be lovely and warm by then."